John Tobos. I am a musician, producer, and I figured, maybe I should start making some videos to show people how to use some music software. And for this video, I'm going to start a little series on how to use Logic 10 Pro, or Logic Pro 10 rather. And I'm going to going through different techniques for creating music, laying down basic beats, different song techniques, different songwriting techniques, different effects you can use on your music, mixing and mastering, stuff like that. And so today I'm going to start off by telling you where to get Logic. So if you want to get Logic, unfortunately it's only relegated to Macs. You can't get it on any other platform than a Mac. That's about the only downside, I would say, of Logic Pro 10. So if you'd like to get a copy of Logic Pro 10, what you need to do is you go to the App Store, right here, for instance, if you have a Mac. And what you do is you go to the search bar, type in Logic Pro 10, which is next, I suppose. And you click on the Logic Pro 10 icon, and it'll bring this up here. And I've already purchased Logic Pro 10, and these are the reviews you can read and stuff, see how people like it, how people like the updates, which they do periodically. Apple does, because Apple owns Logic Pro 10 as well. It costs $199.99, so it's $200. I think it's a great deal for what you get. It's a full-blown digital audio workstation DAW, and I think it's, out of the DAWs I've used, FL Studio, Ableton, add-on plugin, VST plugins like Reactor, this is probably my favorite DAW I've personally used. Workflow is a little different than something like FL Studio or Ableton, which have like non-linear workflows like Session View for Ableton, for instance, is a non-linear workflow that Logic does not have. Logic is a little more linear in that way, meaning that your workflow kind of goes on a timeline. It's from left to right. It's not like something you're going to be able to perform with in the same way you would with Ableton. But once you get the nuances and the kind of little tricks down to use Logic, it becomes a very intuitive interface to use. So as I said, what you do is you go here, put in your credit card information with your Apple account, and you download it. It takes a little while to download. It's a over a gigabyte file here, 1.35 gigabytes. But basically, you need to understand that it's a pretty good music making piece of software, and that makes it my personal choice, and the reason why I'm going to be making these videos on it. So once you download that, you go to the Launchpad here. It'll have like a little download bar, kind of showing you where to make, or where it's at in the download. And keep in mind, there's a lot of extra content that is not downloaded in that initial file download that you have to download later. Like, to put it in perspective, there's like definitely over 20 gigs of stuff, like loops, different synth effects, different synthesizers that you need to download after you download the initial file for Logic, which is just a program. And it takes a long time, and I haven't even downloaded all the stuff yet. Like, to be honest, I'm using just the main kind of stock things that come with it. With some things I downloaded the most important stuff, like the essential sound packs and stuff I downloaded. But that's something you kind of download over time. If you want to make a new piece of music, you search under Logic. I'll open it right now. And sound packs and stuff. It's just like new sounds available, for instance, with the new update they just had a little while ago. What you do is you go up here. You see, you go to Sound Library. You go to download all available sounds rather. If you want to download like everything, I would not recommend doing this, because I tried doing this one time. It literally tried downloading like a huge amount of information, and my Mac like started overheating, and like the fan was blasting and stuff, like, because it was just, the download was just so massive. What I would do is I would go to Open Sound Library Manager, and you can select here the different stuff you want to download basically, and you can kind of do it in more bite-sized pieces as you need it for certain projects rather than downloading it all at once. And the nice part is once you download it, it's on the hard drive. You don't have to download it again like every time. So this is what it looks like. This is a current project I'm working on here, the final hour. And I also have a little naming scheme, basically different revisions of the song I'm working on, because I save often, as you should, because you don't want to lose. It'd be heartbreaking to make a whole song or a critical juncture or part of the song and then lose it if something crashed or the program kind of crashed or something like that. So always save your stuff often. That's a little tip I would say is important. Not just with Logic, but with any computers in general. Saving often is a good idea. So in the next video, I will be going over the basics of Logic and kind of like how to get started and up and running with the program. And then as time goes on with subsequent videos after that, I will start to go into different more detailed parts of Logic and kind of like break it down. Like for instance, if you want to learn how to fade, I will make a whole video on fading and like how to use that technique and or side chaining stuff like that. I will get into and kind of break it down in subsequent videos. So that's all for now. That's how you download Logic and kind of get it up and running on your Mac. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave comments below. I will do my best to answer every single comment, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.